You know, what's up? What's going on? Start this up. Right, man. This is the random thoughts video. Pretty much. Random thoughts video. And this one's about knowing your worth, knowing your value. Because unfortunately, there's a lot of companies. They hire people, want them to do their job, their work. They want them to do, they pretty much want you to make the money for them. So in their greed in wanting you to work and then they giving you the paycheck, a lot of times your worth. So then you have a lot of jobs underpaying you and undercutting you because it's a mentality. It's one of those things where it's like they feel job at a lower cost. Why should I pay you more? That's the idea. That's really, really, really the idea. And there's some point where you have to know your worth. You have to know your value. You have to know that at the end, you're priceless. Jobs where you a certain amount, knowing that you really should be making more money than that. You should really be making double that. However, no, they're not going to tell you that, and they're not going to give that to you. Why? Because again, why should they, in their minds, they're thinking, why should we pay you more when you settle for less? Settle for. Now, again, a lot of people, they have situations and they have bills. They need to make ends meet, and they need to make their money at the end of the day. There has to come a breaking point that you tell yourself, sorry, that's it. Think of a relationship. At what point, whether you're a man, you're a woman, at what point in a relationship do you say, you know what, enough is enough. I'm tired of this or I'm tired of that. Same thing with a job. Is that there's money involved. There's money involved. You're not really gonna think to yourself, "Oh, well, you know what? Let me just leave and find better." No, you're gonna say to yourself, "Well, I need to make a check. I got bills." So you're gonna stay. You're gonna take the abuse. You're gonna take the bullshit, right? You're gonna stress yourself out. And what's it doing for you? What's it doing for you? It's either going to decline your health, affect relationships with others. Overall, they don't give a damn about you. They care about your production. That's it. The only way and the only time is your production, and they're not even going to pay you what you should get for that production. Employee production in this country is at an all-time high, but wages are stagnant. Why is that? Think about it. 500 companies. They call it Fortune 500 for a reason. They have money. They have money offshore accounts. They have money in stocks. They have money, but they're not going to pay you. And time, and actually for Black men and Black women, really all Americans, but specifically Black men and Black women, there needs to come a time when you need to think to yourself, I need my own business. I need my own. At the end of the day, these companies don't give a damn about you. They care about your production. And one like that, yeah, you're gone. That's just it. That's just what it is. No matter what job you go to, yeah, the managers can smile in your face. You can have all these coworkers. You could be popular at the job, but at the end of the day, when they don't need you, you are gone out the door. Know your value, know your worth. Because at the end of the day, Something happens to you, guess what? You're gonna clean, you're gonna get all your shit out, throw it away. And guess what? They're gonna get that desk or that cubicle ready for the next person. Your family ain't gonna get no rest in peace. Your family's not gonna get. You're not gonna get. But sorry, you won't even get that because, of course, you're gone. Of course, you're gone. So you're not gonna get a sorry. They're just gonna clean out the desk for the next person. They don't care about you. The problem is that we care about money, and the fact that we care about money, it almost binds us to the job. They say, don't bite the hand that feeds you, right? They say, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Well, what if that hand that's feeding you is beating your ass? What you gonna do then? You gonna sit there and take it, collect your check every 2 weeks, every Friday? Your own pay. That's what it is. It's just random thoughts right now. This is just random thoughts. Know your value, know your worth. At the end of the day, these companies don't care about you. These companies. How many of us has worked at call centers? How many of us have worked at fast food restaurants? They act all brand new at first because, of course, you're brand new. And then what happens over time? You start to see the cracks. You start to see the bullshit more. See it, realize that you're seeing it and you're talking about it. Guess what? They're going to get the first excuse to get you out of there. Know your value, know your worth, because at the end of the day, nobody's going to know your worth until you know your worth. Let me say that again for you. Nobody's going to know you know your and your value. That's what it is. That's what it is. I don't know how many people could tell the story. Work at a job, everything's all new, everything's everything. Then all of a sudden, after a while, the bullshit starts. You start to see the lies and the cracks. They start every day. If you worked in a call center, you know what I'm. Especially if you work so happen to be on Capitol Boulevard in Raleigh, North Carolina. You know, the dirty one. Yeah. That one. You know all about it. And I think another thing is, especially with these Fortune 500 companies, is that these people, they live. You understand? Like, we're not talking about the little $9 an hour or the little $10 or $11 an hour. These people who are in these management positions, they're making 16 an hour, 19 an hour, 20 an hour. They're making no damn about, right? That's their feeling. Why should they care about you when you're helping them with their stats? You're helping them getting their bonuses. Again, if you worked at a call center, specifically the one I'm talking about, on Capitol Boulevard, you'll know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You don't know yourself and you have to know your worth. And then once you know yourself and you know your worth, can't nobody tell you nobody. Come on, they're gonna pay you. And now I'm talking about this call center specifically. They're gonna pay you bare minimum. In this case, used to be 9, then it went up to 11. Bare minimum. Want maximum production out of you. I don't know how many times people has been told, oh yeah, you do this and you do that. Get an opportunity to move up. No, they want you to stay as a slave. That's what they want you to do. And I'm not just talking about call centers right now. I am talking about call centers. Really, that does not have your best interest at heart, which is most companies. As Black men and Black women, I feel like we need our own. We need our in order to know our worth and our value. That's how I feel. That's truly how I feel. YouTube.com/Jordan Live, exclamation point. Thank y'all for looking. I appreciate it. Know your value, know your worth. How can a company that's making, let's just throw a number out there. How can a company pay $22 an hour? Let's say a company, for every hour that you win, is making $25 an hour. And then they pay you $11. Who's getting over on who? Who's reaping the benefits on that? And at the end of the day, you got kids, you got priorities, you got bills to pay, you got to make. Give a damn about that. They don't. But at the end of the day, they want you to work and bust your ass, and they want you to work for every penny that you get on your check. And you know, I feel very strongly about a lot of people, and I've been one of them. A lot of people, a lot of black men, a lot of black women, even white men and white women, they're complacent in their jobs. They're complacent in their jobs. Why? I mean, I understand, because people got priorities. People got money to make at the end of the bills are not going to pay them. However, at what point do you go, you know what? I'm done. At what point do you go, I can't take this anymore, I'm out? Now, you know what we always say. You know what our parents has always said. Don't leave a job until you have another. But it's kind of like a relationship as well. There's a man or there's a woman who's beating your ass. Yeah, you could be getting the best sex in the world from them. You be getting housing from them. But at what point do you go, the bullshit no more? I'm done. At what point? It has to get to a point where you go, no, there's something better. There's something else. Somewhere else. Or if you don't think somewhere else, business-wise, go for it yourself. This is just random thoughts. Podcast coming soon. This is fun, man. You know, my videos get a little long-winded. This is going 13 minutes. I try not to do this every day. I gotta get my YouTube up, though. I appreciate everybody. I really do. But I got up somehow, some way, and I'm going to. Trust me. But yeah, know your value, know yourself, know your worth, know what you can bring to the table. At the end of the day, nobody else cares. Nobody else cares. That's the crazy thing about it. In a time where over half of this country makes under $30,000 or less, you would think that there would be a company or 2 or 5 or 10 or 12 or 20 that will go, you know what? I'm going to value my employees, because when I invest, they'll break their backs for you. And not only will they break their back, I mean, that's the thing. You have to pay them. A lot of these companies think that, why should I pay them more? Why should I pay them more when they'll just take 11? They might, bitch and moan, but they'll deal with it. And they'll keep working. Yeah, you don't deserve a raise if you don't say nothing, if you don't speak up. You just take the money that they give you. Thing that kills me is that they'll use the word incentive. I think of a bonus. I think of, something extra. Incentives in the call center world pretty much means across the board, 100% quality, all, coming to work every single day, not going over your breaks like that. You're telling me that I have to go above and beyond to get a bonus? Then it's not a bonus. It's not a bonus. You're just saying, okay, well, if you do that, you can make a little bit more. No. Hey, my production is invaluable. Your production to a company is invaluable. However, a company is only going to pay you what they think you should be paid, and number two, what you're okay with making. If you stay at a company and you make 5 years, say you work at a company for 5 years, and for 5 years they've been paying you $11 an hour. Why would they pay you $15? If you're busting your ass for $11 an hour, you're not complaining, you're complacent, you're $11 an hour, then give if you're just comfortable making 11. I challenge, I talk. But the thing is that I have the mentality ingrained in me that don't job until you get another job. You know how parents do, they old school. So they're going to tell you, don't quit your job until you have another one lined up because you want to keep the money flow going. And I understand that. I understand that 100%. But at the end of the day, you have to know at the end of the day, there has to come a time where you go, you know what? No, I'm done. That's it. It's like a relationship. Again, whether you're a man or you're a woman, you can have the best sex in the world. You can be getting money off your girl or whatnot. She could be the best. Doesn't matter if you're not getting at the end of the day, it gets to a certain point where you're not going to take the bullshit. No matter how good everything is. Yo, G-Mike, what's good with you, bro? No matter how much things are good, and if you're not getting what you should be getting out of a relationship, a job, or whatever, it comes a time where you got to go. It comes a time where you have to go. And what's funny is that there's a lot of companies that know that. They know that they can just make the pay. Okay, I'm gonna pay everybody $11 an hour. But there's people who can't even get minimum wage. There's some people that can't even get, $9 an hour jobs. So for some people, $11, sign me up. I can start today. Come on. But if you keep that mentality, right? Guess what? You're not valuable after a while. Sure, your production may be valuable, but you got to remember, especially with these Fortune 500 companies, they know that they have people lined up at the door ready to take your seat. And they're willing to work and bust their ass for the same pay that you're saying you're not getting enough of. And these companies know that. They know that. That's why they keep the wages so low. That's why they're not going to give you your yearly raise. That's why you're not getting that raise. Because they know it's so wrong to think that way. To think that a person like me, you know what I mean? A person like me is not going to bust my ass for $20 an hour. I'll go hard for 11. Yeah, I need a check. I want to keep my job. But you pay me 20? I'm going above and beyond. Like, you can't. There's actually a mind state at some of these jobs, especially mine, where they think that people's gonna get lazier with the more money that they get. They think that people's gonna get lazier making more money. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. The only time I can understand that is maybe from the certain point that they're thinking, if we pay them $11 an hour and they're making 40 hours a week and it's still not enough, they're willing to do overtime for it. And maybe they're not going to do so much overtime if they're making $20 an hour, because that base pay, that 40-hour a week check for $20 an hour is enough to sustain them. They don't have to do the overtime. That's a selfish way of thinking. That's a selfish way of thinking, if that's your thinking. Oh, let's starve them, get the most out of them, and not pay them enough. That's crazy, man. That's crazy thinking. G Mike, swear to God, I was talking about this yesterday, word for word. And you know what it is, Mike, because you work hard, son. You work hard. You know what it's like. You know what it's like. Physical labor. You work hard. And people wonder why there's crime, why people's in jail. Why? It's called capitalism, my friend. You know what? Capitalism, it could be the death of this nation. It really can. The dollar is king. Everything's about the bottom line. Everything is about the revenue. Everything's about the... That could be the death of this nation. Yo, G Mike, half of this country is making less than $30,000 a year. There used to be a rich, a poor, and then a middle class. Yo, that shit is shrinking, my friend. I'm like, matter of fact, I said that wrong. It's actually going farther because there's a bigger gap now between the rich and the poor. There's really no middle class anymore. Keep it hot. It's just the poverty level. That's pretty much what it is. There is no more middle class. The middle class is destroyed. There's pretty much no more middle class. You're either getting the jobs that is just getting you by, or you're working a job, or you have your own business and you have your own, monopoly and enterprise where you're making above the poverty line. In this case, they say below the poverty line, $30,000 a year, but in reality, if you're making over $80,000 a year, you're good. You're good. Let's keep it hot. Half of this country is making under $30,000 or less. Production's at an all-time high. People are willing to work. People are willing to work. But think about it like this. You're working a full-time job, 40 hours a week, sometimes more, but I'm just going to go the minimum amount. 40 hours a week. Anything over 40 is full-time. Anything under is part. There used to be a time in this country where a full-time job could pay the mortgage, the subsequent bills in the house, food on the table, gas in the car, and anything else, emergency money that needs to be done. You can go to a movie or, enjoy your weekend, enjoy your Friday night or whatever. Nowadays, people have to work 60 hours a week, 80 hours a week, sometimes 100 hours a week just to get the little extras. Because keep it hot, in this state, and I'm in North Carolina, for those who don't know, I'm in North Carolina. In order for let's just say, for example, a 2-bedroom apartment. You got your car, you need gas. You need to make at least $14 an hour to sustain a 2-bedroom apartment, to live, to make it. When the prices for everything is going up in price. What's wrong with paying people who are willing to work the amount that they need in order to survive? And I'm not talking about just making it. I'm talking about making it comfortably. You can make it and struggle. Making it comfortably. What's wrong with that? You might have this country also apply for welfare without applying for jobs, or generation doesn't want to work, and that's why they treat us so bad. That's some people might. Like, you're right. A lot of people did apply for welfare, but you know what though? I see the people who work full time and work a whole lot of hours that still get food stamps because it eliminates a bill. It eliminates groceries every week. When these companies start realizing that these people need to eat and these people need to live in order to really, in order to do the best job that they can. Nobody's going to do the best job that they can if they're worried about how they're going to make their rent, how they're going to put food on the table for their kids. Nobody's going to bust their ass and work to the best way that they can with that on their brain. If we paid people what they needed and regulated it, it would be socialism. Said like that, excuse me, said like that, Mike, I wouldn't mind socialism if it was said like that. And I tell you why. Because we know that the rich gets the biggest tax cuts. The rich gets the biggest tax cuts. Remember Sarah Sanders in the Trump organization, Mike, talking about, yeah, the workers is going to see a $2,000 bonus. Yeah, new tax cuts. Bro, that shit only affected the 1%. We ain't getting no benefits from that tax cut. We ain't getting nothing from that tax cut. The FCC net neutrality was just recalled. Net neutrality, right? So they're saying potentially we would have to pay separate for Facebook, separate prices for Twitter. There could be tier levels, kind of like they do in cable. How you have cable channels, one plan pays for 20 cable channels, another plan that's higher pays for 80 channels. They could do that with the internet, my nigga. They could do that with the internet. It's that capitalism mind state. You feel me? It's that capitalist mind state that's got it to where these companies only care about their bottom dollar, their bottom line. They want the money, and they are not giving it to anybody else. They want to keep the money for themselves. Not, you know where that money's going overseas, offshore bank accounts. That's what it is. That's what it is. We got to know ourselves and know our value, know our worth. Got to know yourself, got to know your worth. Yo, Mike, what's been good though, man? What's been good though? Like, I'm trying to build this right now. I'm trying to build it. Like, you see, man, I got a little studio thing set up right now. Nothing mainly, you know what I mean? Got my little mic here. But this video is about knowing yourself and knowing your worth. I plan on doing this a lot more because at the end of the day, put me on the video. Yeah, Mike. I got you right now, brother. I got you right now. I got you right now. Johnny Walker. I don't know why you don't just go to Michael Fitzpatrick, dog. I actually like Clayton Bigsby more. Should have kept it to that. Hang on, I got you. Hang on. Hey, what you on the bottom? You be all right, Mike. There you go. Jesus Christ. Let's talk about this. Knowing your value, knowing your worth. Companies want to pay you less than what you deserve at the end of the day. They'll make a cool $25 off of you per hour and pay you $9. And expect you to actually expect you to give your 100%. And then they want to stack more. They want to stack more work on you and not pay you nothing. Can you imagine? Like the nerve of some of these companies, like the nerve of them. The nerve of them. They don't give a damn until you know your worth and you know your value. Yo, Mike, I sent you an invite. I don't know why you ain't on here. Know your value, know your worth. And that was something that was been going through my mind all day. Knowing your value, knowing your worth. Because at the end of the day, you're really priceless. You're really priceless to a lot of these companies. They don't see it. Sometimes you have to make them see. Sometimes you just have to make them see. I don't know how to join. Bro, I sent you the invite. I don't know either, brother. I really don't know either. And I'd like to get your opinion on this too. I really do. Going live on YouTube too. YouTube.com/Jordan Live. Exclamation point. I'm trying to figure this out. How do you do this? I feel like I'm old. I feel like, oh man, how do I do this here? How do I do this? You know, kids, they know how to work these phones at like 2. They don't know how to read, but they know how to work an iPad. Can you imagine? I don't know, Mike. I invited you. I may, you know what? I might do. I might just exit out of it and call you back. I think that's what I might do because I do want to get your input on this, Mike. I really do. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Still going live on Facebook, but yeah, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna end the Facebook live, and then I'm gonna start it again, and I'm gonna see if I can join you. All right, Mike? This ain't over. We got to chop this up for sure. Well, give me a second, Mike. All right, YouTube, we still here. Joining live here. Just go ahead, put this on my story. I don't want this on my timeline. I still got, yo, I gotta get my YouTube going. I gotta get my YouTube jumping. But what I don't want to do is like, I don't want to start no, like, I don't know, like a lot of guys, they use these false, you feel me? That's corny to me. But I'm gonna get somebody to watch. Trust me. Trust me. G Mike.
Hey, what's up, guy?
What's good, brother? How you doing?
What's good?
Nah, shit, man. Not a damn thing. Hey, I'm trying to get you on the live, man. It wasn't going through for you?
I just gotta know if I updated everything.
You don't know. Oh, okay. I got you.
The Note 8, bro. That shit is fire.
You got the Note 8?
Anyways, I'm drinking other people's alcohol. Hey.
Right. Hey, brother.
Damn, boy. Hi, I'm here. What's up?
Nothing much, man. I was hoping I can get you on the live because I'm on live on YouTube right now. And
Oh, word. Hey, look, man. I can get y'all niggas live on live. Time.
You know what I'm
saying? I'm working harder and going better than ever, and everybody think that I won't stop. I tell them, no, fuck it, I can't quit this because I'm just way too clever.
Hey.
With the lever action rifle, government Navy Michael, always kill the motherfucking track like it was a fucking recital. Do or die though. I kill them with the flows, and I don't need no title page. In comments if you get that though, aka the head honcho.
Hey.
I'm 10 toes down, rolling in the Rento now. Holla now, I ain't whipping no more stories.
Hey.
I gotta tell them the name ain't Dora. I know Diego, trips to San Diego, in a Winnebago, see Dayglow.
Hey. Bars, nigga. Bars. Man, I missed you.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
man. I'm trying to get this YouTube thing going, man. I'm really am. And you know, I got a lot on my mind, man. A lot on my mind.
You gotta be viral. I know, like the last time I spoke to you, I think your dad had just passed.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, Jordan, bro, like that next morning I woke up, bro, I broke up with my girl.
Oh wow.
After, for some reason, I just said, fuck it, after 6 years. Hey, yeah, you got me to thinking like life is too short, bro. Like, niggas don't realize that, man. You know me for a long time, bro.
Many years.
Time. And I've seen motherfuckers, hustle, starve, come up, coming down, but I've always still been the same person because I kept one thing true. I never sold my fucking soul. Deals by now, bro. I could be 6'9". No bullshit. All bullshit aside.
Word up.
But that shit ain't worth it. You know what I mean? Word up, bro. We've been at this shit since I was goddamn 16, 17 years old. The niggas wanted to give us a deal.
It's true, bro. But your CRG homies is doing their thing, though, homie. Like, I'm seeing y'all. I'm seeing the progression. Like, y'all are really progressing out there.
I probably won't be the best rapper ever, and I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Niggas know I can spit bars, bro. I'm not trying to go and be like, some of these stuff. I'm not trying to be a Future. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Dropping a new track every week and niggas like, oh, that shit's soft, or making genres of music for different niggas. Me, I don't do this to make money. You know what I mean? I enjoy hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I salute that. I salute that.
Shit you be talking about. The shit you be talking about, that's shit I rap about, you know what I mean? want to work, or niggas want to be hustlers one day, and then scammers the next day. The next day they murderers. I mean, goddamn, nigga, pick a lane. You know, you can't be everything. Do that these days, I swear.
Now that's facts.
It's crazy as fuck. I got 2 of my homeboys working, and this other chick, you know what I mean? I taught 3 people how to fucking pay. You know, I have my days where I don't want to do shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, you know what I mean? But I still work my ass off.
For sure.
A lot of people don't know how to do that.
Now that's shit. That's true.
So, you quit your job today?
I didn't quit my job today, Mike, but I'm gonna be honest with you, it was close. And I'll say it on the YouTube, like they're trying to implement a new, pretty much there's 2 departments. I work for the pharmacy part, and then there's over the counter. Like I'm at a call center for a pharmacy. And there's a part where there's pharmacy, and then there's over the counter. They're trying to pretty much right.
My nigga just came over here. Hey, matter of fact, my nigga just came and brought me that. Keep putting weed in.
Oh shit! Well, I'm glad I'm not on live.
Anyway, yeah.
But yeah.
I want for real, if you're trying to get viral on this YouTube shit, man, you got to start talking about like the shit that you talking about, but you got to do it like maybe wearing sunglasses or like a funny hat, you know what I mean, or have like an what the fuck really pisses me like every time you start a video. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to be the angry black man.
The same shit you do.
Yeah.
Why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of have to. Did you know? Contrary to popular belief, all right, it is popular now to be anti-establishment. The government has taken that from us. They have taken the revolution from us. Now they want us to be that. Because guess what? You single yourself out because nobody is woke or conscious enough to even fathom these thoughts of fuckery. If that makes sense. Niggas don't even know they getting fucked over. It's like, yeah, whatever, I got an $11 an hour job. Like you talking about. You know what I'm saying? But they're like, damn, I don't want to pay this motherfucker more, bro. Because if I do, he ain't going to bust his ass. He's solid. All you got to do is just maintain that level. When people get more money, they expect more things, okay? You know this just like I know this. You know where I'm from, and you know what I'm about. So that's kind of the bottom line of business. You've never ran a business. That's what you don't want to hear. You know what I mean? You haven't been in the captain's chair. You know what I'm saying? So I hear everything through your viewpoint. When you run a business, it's different because it's not on just you. Like, everybody's responsibility is on you. If that makes sense. If one person messes up, it's not just him, it's you and everything else your company is for. That's your house, right? And a nigga drops a ladder on a window, it's not his fault, it's my company's fault. You know what I mean? So he's still going to get a paycheck, and he's still going to be there, but somebody's got to pay for it. It's not coming out of his pocket. And that's the thing about any type of job. If somebody messes up, or gets stolen, or there's not enough revenue made, how are they going to make that profit?
I'm with you.
The employee is just a tool, an instrument.
I'm with you with that. However, what does it say about a company, right, where a person can work 5-6 years, and in 5-6 years, they'll maybe make one raise? You feel me? One raise. Company.
They're not doing something right. If you're a kicker that every 6 months to a year you expect at least a 50 cent to $1 raise, then you just need to quit. I would never work for no company like that. See, the thing about capitalism, Jordan, and I hate to break this to you, is that it is a privilege to work. Okay? To make money in this country is a privilege. And we're not all equal. I don't believe in equal opportunity anymore. Because if I have to get up and go work every fucking day of my life to have nothing in my refrigerator, why should somebody else get a refrigerator full for doing nothing? Fuck that. Fuck niggas on welfare and fuck everybody. I mean, I get it. You're not trying to work and you're physically capable of doing so. Fuck that. You're from New York, bro.
I'm from the Bronx, yeah.
You see